That sounds good.
A mini role play between you and me, baby. Okay, so um, you head over to Pax and Lax, and when you're there at Pax and Lax, you come in and she hops up on the counter and she says, "Hi, how you doing? I'm assuming you're coming back for your bow scopes, correct?"
Yes. Yes, my man.
Well, here you are. And she puts a scope in front of you that has two polished crystal lenses that are bright green, encased in brass, and then affixed to the edge of the bow. Would you like me to affix it to your bow for you?
That would be lovely.
I will take care of that for you now. She then begins to start to affix the scope to your bow.
Thank you, madame.
Marjorie, in your time while you were away, Constantine, while you were away, this is what Marjorie did. Everything started, and the shapeshifters in the town, you knew that it was town policy that you needed to report immediately that there were shapeshifters in place, right? So during the last session, you ran to the captain and reported the shapeshifters that there were shapeshifters in town. So the town started to go kind of on like a lockdown measure of testing people that came into the sound to see if they are shapeshifters themselves.
All right.
And that's what you did during last time, is you went and did that. Okay, so you pick up your gnome scoop, and she asks you for the monies.
I present her the monies.
I will be able to tell you.
Again, madame?
I'll tell you shortly. Give me 1 second. I need to actually get their page open. Okay, so for this custom fabrication, it only took me about 2 hours. So you're lucky. The magistrate, for some reason, agreed to subsidize our rates for services and repairs for the city. I think it was because of the loss of. Oh, I think it was because of the loss of Harold Batal. How is Americus handling it?
I don't know.
Well, if you could, keep a good eye on him. Keep an eye on him for us. Here you go. Okay, so you pay her 2 gold pieces. Did you pay her? Or do you want me to take it out?
Yeah, can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
I'm with the fucking point. So, oh, it's in the top right. Yeah.
I got it.
Please.
Done. Okay, you pay her the 2 gold pieces for the custom work, and you get 1 scope, and then you get 1 scope equipped. And bam, it is now equipped in your inventory.
Nice.
Yeah, there it is. Holy shit! Because it gives the bonuses. I forgot that, like, you have all this mastery and stuff in longbow.
Yep.
So
That's right.
Yeah, it just made it like kind of doubled. Yeah, you should be able to hit shit now with that, but you need that help, brother.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Your dice hate you. And as for the evening, you continue out and start to travel towards your camp. Okay, Constantine, you're in the barracks and you have these empty pages that are sewn together in front of you. You start to think very hard and look at these pages. On the very first page that is there, you notice some scribbling.
Uh-huh. Should I roll research?
You can try to research those words, but you're not researching the book yet.
Hmm.
Do you have the Forgotten Leaves open?
Yeah.
You have that open, and then what's at the bottom right there? That scribbling, scrawled script that's there? That's kind of
Zintar vel drakar telves ek tolum.
As you say those words, you feel a tingle inside of you.
That's nice, I think, to myself.
Okay.
And I keep reading.
Keep reading.
Raxis val entari ek shurvenduram tulek.
Okay. You start to vibrate inside of your mind.
Skaren Vontan through Kolanzar.
And as soon as you do, a page starts to reveal itself.
All right.
The words start to shift around on the page, and they reveal themselves. That's what the scribbling means.
Extra throne. All right. So
if you want to, you can tell everybody about that or keep it to yourself. That's up to you.
Well, I don't think anybody cares about my thrones, right? But I mean, this unseen throne, is it something I know about now, or is it?
No, it piques your interest.
Uh-huh.
Because you like unseen throne. What do you mean unseen throne? You know about all the thrones.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I guess we're gonna have to visit Ophelia or whatever her name is.
So now you can study and try to study those words and research those words. What you have to do is roll study and research in pairs, right? You have to get 3 successful pairs to be able to unlock the level of that. Yours doesn't have levels. Yours is revealing pages. You see what I'm saying? Everybody else, their levels when they're studying and researching a book, they get like +1 to survival or +1 to arcane, right? But this is revealing information and pages to you. So roll memory and research together, and you roll it 3 times. Now, rolling it 3 times takes up time. So each time you roll it memory and research, that's 15 minutes. So 15, 15, 15, that's 45 minutes, basically, hour. I kind of give people freebies on time with that one.
So am I rolling memory and research as a pair 3 times right now?
Yeah, I mean, you can if you want. Because you had the time. You had like a bunch of time in the past that you said that you were studying this. So I'll give you basically like 6 times to roll it out.
All right, so I'm rolling memory and research first time?
Yes.
There we go. And
that's success.
Research.
And that's a success. You're good to go. Next.
All right, second time.
Research is 10, memory 7. Okay, success on both.
All right, third time. Same thing.
Yep. Okay, success on both. Through your memory and research, you have revealed. So give me a second. And since yours is a whole nother thing, man. And at the bottom of the page, after you study those words and keep studying them and keep researching them and pronouncing them correctly, a whole nother passage is revealed upon the page. At the bottom of the page, you see a notation of the number 3. This must be a 3rd page that is missing from the original Codex. More words are revealed. All of a sudden, you notice that some of these pages don't have anything written on them. So if you reveal this page originally by pronouncing the script, how are you supposed to reveal the others? Therein lies your mystery. You'll notice the memory and research difficulty of this book has now increased.
Should I roll again?
I mean, you can. You've had time to try to do it. But none of the pages are revealed. You see what I'm saying? Like, you've got this riddle in front of you. That's the meat that you were after to unlock. Now you need to figure out how to reveal the other pages.
All right. Should I roll research or memory or both?
They're always ran together when studying a book.
All right. Ooh, yeah. Nice.
Okay, yeah, you actually, I didn't think you were going to succeed since it, like, went up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a subtle, like, thought in your mind from that, okay? If 10 voices sing and one is missing, do you hear silence, or are you deaf to the 11th? There you go. And that's for the first phrase in that riddle in your book.
Well, what do I do with that information if I answer it?
That's your role play journey. Remember what she said. She said these were pages that were left over from the creation of the original Codex. These were like the scratch pages, right? So these were the pages that didn't make it into the official book. And for some reason, that first phrase that was scratched on there was draconic.
All right.
So you've gotten over the first hurdle of this book. So basically, you have 9 more of these.
I see.
Because you got 10 pages total, right? And the way to reveal this page was to say the words that were scribbled upon it, right?
Uh-huh.
The other pages may have different ways.
Which we'll find out in due time.
Yeah.
All right.
You gotta try things.
Okay.
Okay, Thalion. Once you start approaching your campsite for the evening, you come to your campsite for the evening. You've been kind of like cleaning up and everything. And there, in the bedroll, rolled up, tucked under the pillow, you find an old journal with cracked leather and a ton of really strange words written inside of it. You look at it and you can recognize this is actually your handwriting. You don't remember writing this, but it is your handwriting. And for those playing along, that's what he finds right there. Thalion's Weather Journal. And of course, it has our standard learning game to play with. And he finds encoded pages. So don't feel bad, Marjorie. You're not the only one.
Contemplating 20 gold at a span.
I'll just say this, man. I mean, you don't have to keep it. You could toss the thing in a fire, go trade it to somebody, whatever. Whatever you want to do, buddy.
Well, I already spent 20 gold. I mean, I wouldn't toss it in a fire. It goes against all my fibers, you know?
Cheapo!
Okay, Italian?
Yeah, definitely want to. Well, I mean, so it's with the read a page, right? So let's do it. Let's see if I can.
Okay, refresh your sheet. You should have memory and research there for you now, bud. You got 1. Yep. Go again. Oh, just barely, buddy. Just barely. Just barely. That's 2. Come on, 3rd. Yeah! Come on! Come on! Oh, yeah! Damn, dude. You skated low a couple of them. Okay, that gets you 1 point in survival. And would you care to read the page before you're able to translate it? You want to read it out loud for everybody?
Did you already read the bound in cracked leather thing?
No, I didn't. I just kind of did like a basic description of it, but you can if you want.
No, this is a context thing. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, not a shot. Not a shot. I'm gonna mumble that out.
Is
I'm just gonna look at that and just fucking shrug until it becomes legible.
actually, like we can go over and I can show everybody if you're okay with me showing everybody. That's up to you.
Yeah, show them what I'm fucking looking at here.
Okay. So his first page is this. Dia ir mummer in witterstes on bisa and tubgran wan hignagnan death presti eth prethor flafla slift div rigrock up thing. That's just the first sentence. And it ends with I thinkin weeder golik ingar, I thinkin weeder golink infom.
Looks like my grocery list.
Did I accidentally type Russian beat?
Yeah.
Jay, whatever. I remember something.
You remember something? That's a surprise.
Hey!
All right, Thalion's Weather Journal. You actually sit and study, and when you study that page for so long, you actually start to remember a little bit of the coded key that you used on this page. Just enough for you to figure it out. So you might want to refresh that now.
So, aha. I didn't know that was going to transform into legible text.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you remember the key code to it. So you transformed it into legible text.
1 second.
Alrighty. Our buddy in his destitution shack. Did you have time to go over the stuff that you spoke with Baltan about?
I mean, I read his page. I didn't talk to him about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
But,
We
had that conversation, and then I did read his page on World Amble.
Okay. If you could, please, for me, now roll your roll your learning program out for your College of Swords, please.
Yep. I think 7 does it.
Yes, it does. You're going for level 3, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that gets it. Okay, 3. Yeah, that's 3. Okay, you got level 3. You are mentally exhausted, sir.
Yes, time for a nap. This was like right before the night, right?
Yeah. And you have your +1 bonus in your study/memory category.
Nice.
Okay, everybody's done with their study and their research, and you are level 3. So let me see. Okay, yeah. Level 4 is when that happens. Okay, cool. All right.
Roll hundreds.
Oh, yeah. Reason I did this first is because Lucian, I need you to roll 3D100 right now for 3 people studying knowledge.
Fucking librarians sucking up everybody's experience. You
Yep.
fucking-
Yep. Well, you got to get some people stealing, and then you'll start getting stuff.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okie dokie. Now we can start. Everybody, please roll 10D100.
I think they're using like some sort of physics simulation to do the dice rolls.
Yeah, and if you back or like change before it actually completes and gives you a number, it'll cancel that roll.
Yeah, it's weird. I just watched mine for the first time ever. One of my die just sat there fucking spinning, and
it just freezes. Like the whole thing doesn't.
It's not freezing. It's fucking doing physics or something. There, it's like literally.
I mean, like it won't just spit out the answer. It waits for the dice to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was having to roll like 200 and something D4, for my librarian charges and shit to like do the burst damage, so many things would fall onto the screen that they couldn't physically sit on top of each other anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it would take like, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds for the roll to process.
K-Money?
Yes.
Roll your 10d100. And then Yumi will have to roll his when he gets here. Yeah. 479. Okay. Kuykendahl. You wake up sleeping on the boxes out on the dock in front of the Ray's house. Tobin Ray is standing there looking at you, picking his nose.
Oh, the Dockmaster's kid.
Yeah.
Just get up, shake his hand.
You put your hand out to him. He looks at you, picking his nose, pulls his finger out, and shakes your hands with the finger. Kuykendahl, can I ask you a question?
Oh, man. Sure. What's on your mind?
Why are you homeless?
Because it's fun that way. But in truth, it's actually freedom.
Freedom? Where's your friend?
Which one?
The one wearing the robes who was always with you.
He's...
Did he die?
No. It's a difficult situation. So, sorry, man, I can't tell you much more on him. But I am looking for him.
What do you mean, difficult situation? I don't know what that means. I'm a kid.
It means he has trouble. And, helping him out with it.
Is he addicted to alcohol?
No, that would almost be preferred.
Why? My mom says the worst thing a guy can do is to become a boozer.
She's not wrong. Not exactly right, but not wrong either.
Well, she said that she would kick my dad out on his ass if he becomes a lying drunk again.
Oh, yeah. I could see your mom doing that.
Is that why you sleep on the docks? Are you a lying drunk?
Today? No. Tonight? Maybe.
Is that what happened to your friend? Was he a lying drunk and he got kicked out too?
No. He's an actual good guy. He's just in a difficult situation.
What does that mean?
It means he has problems.
Like what? I don't know what you mean.
It means I really can't tell you much, little man.
Why can't you tell me? I'm big. I help run the docks and I have my own business.
Well, that's good for you. It means you're growing up. You're becoming strong.
Yeah, but why can't you tell me what's going on? Are you not telling me because I'm a kid?
No, really not. Just, it's a personal issue, and that's why I don't really want to talk about it. It's just a personal issue he's dealing with.
What if I could help? You don't know. I'm smart. I'm capable. I run my own business. I'm doing better than you.
Oh, I'll just pat his head. Yeah, I know you are, kid. Where's your dad, by the way?
He's inside eating breakfast.
Alright, thanks. Anyways, thanks for waking me up. You have fun, and make sure you run your business good.
Okay. You should really get your life together.
I'll work on that.
And he runs to the end of the docks and sits down.
Yeah, I should go fishing too. Well, one thing's first.
I mean, you are pretty worried about your friend that's disappeared and is now 100% kidnapped. You just
Yeah.
rested up and healed up. That's like literally the only reason you were resting. Because otherwise, you would be really upset. Your friend is missing. Like, you legit know, no,
Yeah.
it's not because he disappeared. He got kidnapped.
I know, but I don't want to spook the little kid. I am going to knock on what's what's the kid's name? Or not the kid. The dockmaster's name?
It's Harlan.
Harlan, thank you. Okay.
He emerges from his house and walks out to the docks. Hey, oh boyo. How did the docks treat you last night? You healed up nicely.
Thanks, Harlan. Shake his hand.
She comes up and she looks at you and she goes, My, you're a stout one. You healed up nicely. All right.
Well, thank you too.
Go on
And-
about your day. Don't come back so torn up this time.
Noted. I'm going to ask if Harlan has an axe I can borrow.
An axe?
Just
What
for
do you
the day.
need an axe for?
I'm just gonna chop a tree down and be right back. Make a spear or a pike, and that's it.
Okay. And he tells you that there's an axe by the house. And don't break it and return it to him. He tells you that a lot because if you break it, you're going to have to pay for it. He tells you,
Understand, how many weapons can one man carry?
if you break it, you buy it. I mean, he's damn near encumbered with this.
Right. You got your great club. You got the limb of a tree
Yep.
that's not finished being turned into a weapon. Now you're gonna make yourself a pike.
Yup.
Well, he is champion, so he can, like, every time he sleeps, he can reset all of his masteries, and he gets more as he gets bigger, which is just fucking insane. I've always wondered that about champions. Like, you get all these crazy masteries and extra shit. It's like, how many different weapons does one person need? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, the axe is in your inventory.
Thank you.
So, are you going to spend your morning going through and doing your shift for your
Yeah.
work? Okay.
Yes. Work shift, and I want to still make that damn pipe.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go look for Merrik.
That will eat up a good bit of your time.
That's fine.
Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, Americus. You wake up in the back of Pax and Lax's shop.
I look around. Okay. I feel comfortable then, and I start wandering around.
Okay.
I forgot I did sleep there, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's right. So I didn't just black out from being drugged. Okay, you're right.
Or actually, I think that you said you were going to sleep there, but you went and talked with Elderon first before you slept.
Yeah. I'm at the book. I'm at the store. Whatever.
Okay, yeah. So you went and talked to him, and he discussed how the patterns of the objects that were viewed through the crystal lenses that had been exposed to the mycelium had generated a new pattern. Instead of 2 patterns, it has 3 patterns on it now. And those seem to be the seeds that survive. And then you wake up in Pax and Laxus.
Cool.
So it's that entry 2 that he discussed with you in your book.
Mm-hmm. So what's it? I'm just waking up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go look for people.
All right. You step out onto the street, and the fresh air from the sea breezes through Tropica. It seems to be not very busy at all for some reason on Market Row, which is normally a busy morning.
Alrighty. I'm going to go on a walk. I want to go down to the slummy areas. Up in the northeast side or northwest, whatever the top part of the corner of the area, the little slummy
Okay.
area.
All right. You start heading into the slums of
I'm gonna
town.
go rummage through people's trash again.
Okay. You start heading towards the slums of town.
Yeah.
You look to your left, and it seems to be a gathering of people on the streets.
Oh, I want to blend in with them.
Okay, but do you want to still continue going to the slums, or do you want to go there?
Not if I see that. I'm going to now change my mind completely. And I'm going to. Actually, I don't even want to blend in with them. I want to just kind of hide in the corner over there in the shadows, and I want to follow them and see what they're doing, where they're going.
Okay, you see a perfect hiding spot behind the plants at the magistrate's house.
Yeah.
Okay, roll sneak.
Sneaky. Stealth.
Okay, you got a pretty decent one there. You can notice that more people are starting to come towards the area. And they're all kind of lining the street and not standing in the street.
Oh, they're getting ready for like someone to come down the road.
Even guards are starting to line up. You spot Tolan as he passes you. You spot Tala as she passes you.
Okay, I want to now go down to the street, and I want to look for something that I can hide around or under that's right off the road.
Right across from you, let me ping it. Right across from you, this building here, that's the grocery store, and he has junk on the bottom side right there.
I'm gonna go hide in the junk.
Okay, sneaked across the street unless you don't care about being noticed.
I'll sneaky.
Okay, roll a sneak.
Oh yeah, sneaky.
Okay, you sneak across the street.
I'm waiting for whatever's coming by.
And roll another one to hide in the junk.
Another sneaky.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. And you successfully hide in the junk. Okay. Next. Lucian, time to get you awake.
Okay.
You wake up. You can feel the cool breeze of the sea flowing through your shack.
We didn't have any plans,
Mm-mm.
so I guess I'm just gonna go into the tavern and wait till everyone filters in.
Okay. You approach the sharecropper shack. Usually, Phineas Gatto is there, but he's not, and the gate is completely wide open.
Can I look around real quick?
Yeah.
Does anything seem out of place or like there was an altercation?
So, search surroundings method, perception. Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay.
Okay, 17. You notice everything seems to be just kind of left where it's at. And you notice that the ledger is not on Phineas Gatto's counter. You've never seen him without that ledger. He always carries this ledger. So he's definitely not here.
So there's no one guarding the rear gate? It's just wide open?
No one. None whatsoever.
Weird.
Very weird.
Okay. I'm gonna go inside.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll bring it up
You
to me.
stroll into the town. To your right, you see the little walkway that goes to the market. It seems to be empty. There's not even anyone at the fish stalls.
Is there anyone around? Have I seen another living soul this morning?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, shit. What time is it in the morning?
It's like 7:30.
Okay. All right. Maybe it's a little bit early. All right. I'm just going to probably keep my head down and just kind of walk in, not really paying too much attention. It's early in the morning. We're not a morning person.
Okay. As soon as you turn the corner, you can hear the chatter of a large crowd. Keep walking?
Yeah.
Okay. You begin to proceed through the large crowd into the Tropical Tavern.
And can I tell what they're clamoring about, or is it just a gaggle of people waiting?
It's just a gaggle of people lining the streets.
Yeah, and I'm going to assume it's for the bishop.
And you enter the Tropical Tavern. And when you do, you see a metric crap ton of people inside of there as well, all lined up. And it's kind of loud in there. They're not partying. They're just there and talking.
I would appear to the front of the line. Does this line appear to be waiting for service, or?
At the front of the line, you spy Callum, Gia, Maximus, and Tomlin.
What are they doing?
They're just standing there waiting.
Like they're first in line?
Yep.
I see. Let me ask, I guess those guys right in front of me, what this line's for. Excuse me, gentlemen. Why are we standing in line this morning?
Oh, didn't you hear? There's a bishop here.
Yes, I met him yesterday, but you didn't answer my question.
Well, that's what the line is for.
I don't understand. The bishop is downstairs in the tavern?
Yeah, apparently he's taking care of the rat folk problem, whatever that is.
And you all are lined up in hopes to see him?
If a bishop comes to your town, you have to pay respect. How were you raised?
Apparently by wolves. Yeah, so this is, were you paying tribute, or you're just kind of saying hello? Thank you, hi, welcome, hi, bishop.
No, we make our donations.
I see. Yes, of course. And, who's collecting all the donations?
The bishop will.
Himself?
Yeah.
And he's collecting them in the basement?
No, when he returns.
Oh, I see.
Make sure that we pay him so we don't actually have a problem with him in our town. That way he sees us as a fortunate place to go to. And he helps support himself and he can come back and help us if we ever have problems again.
Yes, thank you. Can I get a squeeze by you two guys?
Sure, not a problem. You want to go, like, north of them?
Yeah, like to the bar.
Okay, you squeeze past them, and you start heading up towards the bar. And as you're heading up to the bar, a smiling face comes out bandaged and limping. Lucian, my boy, how are you?
Oh, good morning, Telbis. I was just coming to see if you had returned, or if I'd have to be making my own breakfast.
He started limping around the edge of the bar. He comes over to you, and he wraps you in a biggest hug, and he goes, "Thank you for saving me."
Oh, don't mention it, Thobus. It was nothing, really.
Okay. We're going to wake up Constantine now.
All right.
So you wake up in the barracks. Your mind still inquisitive about what you discovered last night in these pages. The curiosity starts to swirl and bind through your mind. You have no clue what it could lead to, but you have an idea. And it links to an old myth that you've heard people talk about, but you don't know that much about.
Right. Any more details about the myth?
You know it to be something about beings used to sit in these thrones. And these thrones that you worship used to be presided by people. And some crazy people even suggest that there might be other thrones, other than 10, which is almost like sacrilege to you.
Well, now I'm, thoroughly intrigued by that hidden throne, but I'm still trying to rack my brain to figure out who do I need to go and shake down for more information about it.
Who I need to shake down? Boy, you're thinking more and more like a cop every day.
Well, that's right. So, I guess I'm gonna do my morning, whatever those prayers.
You approach the eastern gate. You find it crazy that no one is here. That just doesn't happen.
All right. I take out my little notepad and make a note in there.
Okay. So you head into town, and when you turn the corner, you hear a giant crowd.
I'll go investigate.
So you approach the crowd, and you see Phineas Gatto standing there, holding his ledger.
Who is Phineas again?
He's the guy that runs the sharecropper shack on the east gate. He's usually always there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna come up to him and say, "What's going on here, Phineas?"
Hey, how you doing there, lass? I'm hoping to get a glimpse of the bishop. I'll make a small donation so my fortunes improve. How about you?
Well, I'm on a quest to solve some riddles, but I guess I'll stick around and see what's going on with Bishop.
Okay. And the whole town seems to be talking about it a little bit. They're just murmuring. Everybody's kind of bullshitting.
All right.
Do you want to continue through to the church to go do your morning devotionals? Or are you
Yeah,
gonna stay
sure.
there?
Sure, I'll go to the church.
Okay. You make it through town. And as you're making it through town, you happen to see Kuykendahl. He's at the gate. And he's being held up by the guard that's there.
All right, I'm gonna go and shake down the guard.
Kuykendahl, you're arguing with the guard. The guard is telling you that he has to pierce your hand with a sharp blade to test that you're not a shapeshifter.
I'm just gonna straight up. You know what? Can I just pick him up and like push him to the side or something?
Brother, it's a town guard. You can do whatever you want to do, my friend. You are level 4, I remind you.
Don't take no shit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick him up, move him to the side.
Okay.
Tell him I got business.
You're going to have to roll a grapple, buddy.
All right, let's roll the
Come in
grapple.
for uppies, big boy.
You don't
Okay.
have to just do all those things.
What would be a grapple? Do I just
Unarmed strike.
Oh no, yeah.
unarmed
hit?
strike? To hit, rolling. Roll good for me, baby. 11.
That is a miss.
My daddy.
You go to dive at the guard. He sidesteps you. You fall on your ass. Immediately, He draws his sword within a second and places it to the back of your base of your skull. That ought to earn you a night in lockup. Don't move or I will sever your head. Level 4, Frank.
Also, town guard, right? Like, there's not like a paladin brigade and like an entire army here.
Yeah,
Marjorie.
he's a skull.
Marjorie, you see this happen right in
They
front of
flag
you.
for PvP combat.
Marjorie, you see this happen right in front of you.
I'm gonna approach the guard and say, guard, is it really necessary to pierce his hand?
Well,
Could
do you have any other way to test if he's a shapeshifter?
I mean, I
You
have,
should know it's standard protocol for everyone to show blood as they enter the city.
However, the way that you do it, is a little bit boneheaded. You have a big rusty sword, and you nearly chop people's hands off. Let's use this little scalpel and just poke his finger and see if blood comes out.
From your med kit. Okay.
That's right.
Kuykendahl, I mean, at this point, you don't really have a choice. You're being held down by the sword. Marjorie, are you going to ask him to let him up?
Yeah, let's. I know this citizen, and I'm not gonna vouch that he's not a shapeshifter, but I'm sure that he's gonna allow me to, poke his finger.
Okay.
As an alternative to chopping his head off.
The guard removes the sword from the back of his neck, steps away, and readies himself for a fight with his sword out still. Kuykendahl, you can now get up.
You're gonna say I won't vouch for him, but
Yeah, no.
I know this guy. I won't vouch for him, but I know.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go that far.
Kuykendahl, you're standing up.
Offer him my forearm.
Okay. He offers you his forearm.
All right. I take my scalpel and just do a little incision on one of his fingers.
Forearm, jackass.
He said forearm.
Well, it's too late.
You're healing it.
So he cuts the tip of your finger instead, and you bleed red blood. The guard seems much more relaxed and backs back up to the gate. He reaches over and he grabs a piece of paper and puts it on top of the crystal and walks off. Marjorie, you would know that he should have to put his blood onto that piece of paper.
We're talking about Kuykendahl or
Yes,
the guard?
Kuykendahl.
Okay, so
He's just got to put blood on the paper.
all right. Well, I tell him go ahead and do it. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Okay, when you put the blood into the paper, it absorbs into the paper. The guard picks it up and then takes it over and puts it in a little compartment under the bottom of the crystal that you touch when you enter the village to make sure you're not lying.
Whatever.
All right. The crisis is resolved.
Harlan and Tomlin approach the gate and they touch the crystal. It does not light up and burn or anything like that. And he continues on their way. And they go into the city.
I'm gonna
Right.
tell Marjorie. Wait, did I finish my pike?
No, you're heading to go do that now.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask Marjorie. Hey, Marjorie, come with me real quick. I need to update you.
All right.
It's true. Okay, so you are going to spend y'all's time right there at the little public work area at the Ashbender Forge.
Yep.
It will cost you some silver. I think it's 10 silver to use the equipment. Or not. No, sorry. 2 silver to use the equipment for whatever you want to do. But I'm pretty sure you and Marjorie can scrape that together.
What,
Sure.
to use the equipment? Just to make a little spear? A little pointy stick? I ain't
Okay,
keeping
are
it.
you not going to use their equipment? You just do it in the middle of the street?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, no workbench, no table, middle of the street, making a pike. All right, we'll roll on that in a minute. Okay, so Thalion, we need to wake you up, buddy.
Okay.
So you wake up in your camp.
I
Ah,
wake
there
up.
it is.
I open my eyes. I rub them.
You rub your eyes. The fire that you lit last night is starting to burn out. You have the weather journal on your chest as you fell asleep studying it. Okay. All right. As you woke up and you started thinking about it, you remembered you had a blood-soaked ring in your inventory.
You said, "Oh, I remember the ring. It's in my inventory."
He says to himself,
So you pull out a wolf insignia ring covered in dried blood.
Geralt?
I kind of rub off some of the blood clubs with my thumbnail.
Roll investigate. Okay. You can tell that this ring is like solid silver, like it's real silver. It's expensive.
Ah, yes. And I slide it on to my middle finger on the left hand.
Okay. When you slide it on, you feel like something in your mind, like fog, is starting to clear, and it's on the tip of your tongue. You start to think, and your mind feels like it's going into the ring. But it is just too foggy to grasp.
I try to just kind of endure that.
Okay, so you're going to endure that? Are you going to, like, focus or anything like that?
I mean, I'm not taking the ring off. And,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to keep proceeding on into the fog of whatever is in my mind there, whatever the hell that meant.
Okay. So you focus on that. Roll memory. You do really good. You focus as hard as you possibly can. The ring is starting to vibrate onto your body, or vibrate on your hand. It kind of hurts in a way, the way that it's doing it. The fog clears, and in your mind, you see a wolf walking up to a top of a cliff to a full moon, and it begins to howl. And you think to yourself, wolf. And then the other wolves surround him and begin to howl. You think to yourself, it gives you a sense of family. Boom. And you have now attuned to this ring.
Wonderful. That's right, I will.
You can feel your body slightly tightening and your muscles tightening up. You feel like your bones are becoming a bit more dense. You feel tougher, but yet at the same time, faster.
Okay. I say to myself, "My fuck a werewolf?"
No, but out of character, you might have just attuned to a fucking cursed object.
Like a lycanthropy ring?
No, like your dick falls off the next time you fall asleep ring.
I don't think that's it.
Or every time that you consume water, you take, 1d8 necrotic damage. Or it is what is destroying your memories and locking them away every time that you fight in combat. Or
It sounds like I'm
insert generic.
probably Van Helsing.
All right. The morning light shines through the trees. Off in the distance, you can hear waves hitting rocks.
Is it my new super hearing?
No. You can always hear the waves hitting the rocks from your campsite.
Okay.
Like the south side of where you're at, the forest.
Is the elk nearby?
He's out in the woods.
Mentally summon him.
Okay. He comes walking out of the woods into your campsite. He looks at you and just snorts and moves his ears.
I wiggle my ears back. that I walk up to his front left shoulder in my normal position to.
First
assume-
off, you're gonna have to explain to us how you're gonna wiggle your ears back.
I flex my ear wiggle muscles.
Okay. So like, yeah. I just can't do that. So I know some people can. All right. You approach him and pet him. He kind of just like leans against you.
I let him investigate the ring.
He sniffs the ring. He doesn't really think much of it.
Say, sick, not cursed, and I hop onto the oak. I
Okay.
say to town, my noble steed.
All right. You start riding into town, and that's the trumpet that sounds like of you riding into town. All right.
Baltan is here.
Both hand, my man.
What's up?
All right.
What up, Baltan?
And
Yeah, you gotta give
knowing
this one
what
a minute. This takes a minute to load.
Knowing what I know, I'm going to be more cautious, obviously, going to that area.
Okay. You would have made it pretty safe. Alright. You had a nice conversation with the Faeward Tree and spent the night there. There's a bloodhawk that's flying around, and he lands in the Faeward Tree.
And I say, hello, fellow wood creature.
He looks down at you and he says, "When's the fishman gonna come back?"
Are you interested in more fish?
I'm always interested in fish. Fish.
Well, I will let him know, and he may come visit you. If not, you may see him near the docks.
Okay, no problem. And it jumps up and it flies off.
I want to tell the tree about that seed that Corphelia was trying to sell me.
Yes, this sounds like an ancient seed. That's exactly what we need.
Is that a bear?
Yes, that is a bear. He's one of the older creatures in this forest. I've asked him to make sure that no one bothers this grove.
I see. Well, I'm gonna warn him about the, obviously the paladins and stuff. And tell him he may need to uproot and go somewhere else.
Impossible. I cannot uproot from here. I've already chosen to root myself here. I can't move until I've recovered. And besides, these are only saplings around me. It would be foolish to leave them by themselves. They can't move on their own yet.
I see. Okay, well, what about this iron root over here? Is there any way that you can help me dislodge it so I can take it to the village? Because this is what they're really after.
Don't dislodge the tree. It is a Faeward type. It has great energy. We will protect it. We can be stronger than what you think. Just get me that seed.
Okay, well, I'll see what I can do.
Do your best. I promise that it will all work out fine.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna head back to the village then.
A goat jumps behind you.
I asked the tree if he notices anything else going on around this forest, or is everything a bit back to normal?
Everything seems to be back to normal. Though, I know that somewhere far from here, connected to these trees, there are things that are wrong. There are still things that are wrong with this world. It's not the same as what it used to be when I was first awake. But then I slumbered. When I woke, the world was in this manner.
Okay. Well, I think I need to head back to the village to see what else is going on around there then.
Says go. Retrieve that seed. And maybe we can take care of a few things. I know that there is some energy in this cave behind me that you might be interested in.
Energy, you say? Is this more magic?
It could be magic. Magic items. Magic things of that nature. I can just feel their energy. It's drawn to the iron root and to myself.
And I'm gonna head out back to the village.
Okay. That's gonna take you a while to get back, buddy.
Alright.
You walk up, and then the bear is there, and he humps around and looks at you and goes, "Huh? What are you doing? You can't just go out of here willy-nilly. You'll compromise us."
Okay, well then I'll just change my form.
I tell you, I've been charged with security of this place, and I'll keep it tight as a drum.
Okay. I will warn you about paladins, humans that may be coming to uproot this tree. So be very cautious.
He looks at you, puffs up his body, and goes, "Fuck paladins. I'll show them. Send them here to me. I'll rip them from limb to limb."
Alright, well I'll go ahead and use wild shape and turn into a hawk.
Yep. Recommending a bird on that one.
Yeah, so I can get back quicker.
Yes, sir. There you go. You turn into a bloodhawk. All right. Ah.
And then I head to the village.
Yes, sir. Okay. Back to Tropica. Back to reality.
Back to the bullshit.
All right. So, Kuykendahl, you're about done with that shaving of that thing. All right. I'm going to go inside the Tropica Tavern because you are generally in the same location. All of a sudden, Lucian, the room falls deathly silent.
Look over my left shoulder. Just slowly turn the head.
Out from the basement walks the bishop. And he stands in a corner. And slowly from this basement, a shit ton of ratkin appear and just start filing out by the tons.
In an organized fashion?
In a very organized, straight line fashion. They're led by a rat king. Even small little rats are crawling along at their feet. And large rats start coming through. And they all start walking out the door. And at the end of the line, you see a human that has rat-like features.
Yeah, okay. And make note of that. Where can I tell where they're headed? I mean, obviously not just out of the tavern, but I want to follow them.
Okay.
At a discreet distance.
Okay. As in distance. The bishop begins to walk as well. Callum reaches onto his neck and grabs a necklace and nods his head towards the bishop. The bishop turns his head slightly. He grabs the necklace on his neck that matches his, and he nods. He releases the necklace, holds out his hand, and Callum puts some gold into his hand. The bishop holds his hands out like a holy figure and begins to walk through the crowd. And as he walks through the crowd, every single person starts to put coins and different trinkets into his hands. He slowly puts them into his pouch and then puts his hands out again. The bishop makes his way through the crowd, and every single person puts trinkets and gold into his hands, and the bishop likewise puts them into his pockets. Nobody blocking his way. Everyone kneeling. Everyone bowing their head. The bishop follows the Ratkin folk closely as they head out the door, and so does he.
Yeah, this is fishy.
Are you following?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody outside. That would be Americus. Marjorie, Kuykendahl, Baltan, you land of the bird. Right outside of town, north of the temple. Thalion, you just arrived on bail. The guard holds out a piece of paper. Even though this is a procedure when a shapeshifter's around, they touch it to you to make sure you're not a shapeshifter.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So,
Yes.
okay,
Not a shapeshifter.
you put your hand out, and he touches the paper to it, and nothing happens, and he waves you on into town. When you come into town, you see this giant row of everybody lining the streets, and you're in the middle. On your right, you see Kuykendahl and Marjorie. Kuykendahl is shaving down a piece of wood to make a spear. And Marjorie is sitting and listening to Kuykendahl talk about everything that happened with the tunnel and finding Philbus.
Alright. So shall I begin?
Yeah. Bale and
Alright.
Thalion just rolled up on you.
Yep. I'll just
Baltan,
wave.
You're a bird on outside of the village. Do you want to turn into your human form and come in?
Yeah, I obviously want to double check and make sure there's no one around.
Baltan, the guard looks at you and he says, "We need your blood before you can enter the village. You are not registered. There's shapeshifters about. I've been told that my methods are too barbaric. I have a small dagger, if you wouldn't mind pricking your finger and supplying some blood."
Okay.
You prick your finger, it begins to bleed. He holds out a piece of paper for you to put the blood onto.
Okay. We go ahead.
You do that? Take it. The paper turns brown. He looks at the paper and he's confused. He doesn't know what to think. I'm going to have to take you into custody. I don't know what this means, but it's not me. It doesn't mean that you're human. I mean, it means that you're not human, for sure. If you was a
Yeah,
shapeshifter,
I'm an elf.
if it was a shapeshifter, it would have caught on fire. Oh, I've seen elves touch this before. Nothing happens like that.
Deception.
That's maybe because I'm from a different area. I'm more of a dark elf instead of a normal elf.
I don't see no gray skin on you. I'm gonna have to at least have you speak to the commander. This is above my pay grade. You just wait right there.
All right.
And he goes inside the village. Commander, I've got somebody outside. He turned the paper brown. The commander says, Not now. Can't you see I'm paying my devotionals? I'll be there in a minute. And he runs back outside. We're gonna wait right here for the commander. About this time, a large stream of rat folk begin to come out of the taveroni. We're not recreating the exact same stream. I'm just not going to do that. Large stream of rat folk start to come out of the taveroni. Americus, you can see these rat folk. They start to emerge. They have their hands close to their chest and their heads bowed down. They're acting extremely submissive. The people all step away from them.
They're all walking through the street, huh?
Yep.
They're just walking? They ain't got nothing they pulling behind them or nothing like that?
Nope. They are just walking with the shit that they have on them.
How tall are they?
They're about your size.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell Marjorie, hey, follow me. Let's get out of here real quick.
Alrighty then. Let's go.
Okay.
I say in my sexy voice.
Oh yeah.
The semi-last person that comes out of the door, Americus, you see, as there is a man that has a coat on. He's very dirty, but he has a backpack and a staff, and he has rat-like features in his face.
He's like the height of a regular person.
Yep, he's a regular-sized person.
I'm going to shadow them from behind the crowd and just kind of match where they're going.
Okay,
Follow them.
I'll need a sneak roll on that. You
Nigga,
also
nigga.
see, and as soon as he steps out, stealth. Okay, that's good. As soon as he steps out, all of the people on the street become deadly silent and quiet. The bishop steps onto the street, and as he does, people are not paying so much attention to the rat folk. They move in close to each side of the bishop as he holds out his hands, and they put gold and trinkets into his hands.
Marjorie, Thalion, let's get out of here. Now.
Okay, that's what Kuykendahl is saying to you guys.
You think Bishop is a shapeshifter?
No, let's just get out of here. Let's just go. I don't think he is. Let's just go.
After his last experience with the bishop, I don't think he wants to be around us.
Alright, I'll follow Kuykendahl.
Okay, Kuykendahl and Marjorie. As soon as you walk out the gate, you see that Baltan is being held by the guard. And the paper that the guard is holding in their hands turned brown. Marjorie, this is curious to you. The paper has never turned brown before.
Alright, I'm gonna approach the guard.
Yeah, Thalion, are you following Kuykendahl and Marjorie, or are you just gonna still stand in the gate?
I'll follow them with the steed.
Okay.
I say, Marjorie and Kuykendahl, how are y'all? Seems I'm being held here.
Oh, Marjorie, can you toss him a nudge so we can get out of here? We're just going to Tomlin's, Halland? Please, just for Harlan
is the word you're looking for.
Hold on, we need to investigate what's going on. I mean,
yeah, they're not gonna let him leave, man. That guard is holding Baltan.
Marjorie, can you do something about it?
all right. Well, I'm gonna approach the guard and ask him what has he found.
This paper, the one that we used to track whether or not somebody's shapeshifters, it turned brown. It didn't
What
singe,
does it mean?
it didn't burn. I don't know. I've never seen it before. I asked the commander to come look, and he said he wants to wait for the bishop to pass through.
Take it as evidence. Take it as evidence.
All right,
Don't
I'm
say
gonna
nothing.
I'm gonna I'm gonna take this citizen with me under my
Watch.
watch. Yeah, that's right. And basically, you keep the paper. We're gonna come back and research it. But it's pretty clear he's not a shapeshifter. So,
Well, he's not human, I promise you that. He turns
Well, that's
over
fine.
to him and he puts.
I said I'm an elf.
He puts. Well, you're not a normal elf either. I know you keep reminding me about that. I mean humanoid, dick. And he puts a couple of hinge cuffs onto your wrists. And then he says, "Take him away, Cleric Payne."
all right, I will.
Lucian and Americus, both roll perception, please. And then roll a stealth as well. Americus stealth, Lucian perception 3. Okay. Lucian, you do not see Americus. Americus, I need a stealth. And Lucian, I need a stealth. I mean, sorry, Americus, I need a perception. And Lucian, I need a stealth. Sorry. Oh, Americus, as you are stealthily moving through the crowd, right? You are staying stealthy, but you notice slightly that Lucian, and you can't make out that, I mean, you can make out that it's Lucian's shape, that Lucian is also being stealthy, moving through the crowd, tracking them.
So now I'm shadowing him and them at the same time.
Yep.
I'm double shadowing.
Yeah, this is double shadow. Double shadow. Okay. As the bishop passes through town, Tolan and Tala go back to their jobs. You both notice, Lucian and Americus both notice, Acarius emerges from his home. And so does Delia. The ratful stop as soon as they pass Acarius and Delia. She would stay, she would leave, they would go. Okay. Acarius and Delia come out as representatives of the city. Acarius comes down to the bishop and hands him a giant bag. And he says, "Thank you for your visit, bishop." And he kneels. Delia kneels to the ground. Both Lucian and Americus, roll perception, please.
Alright, back.
Ooh, Lucian sees it.
You say we're rolling perception again?
Yep, one more. Okay, Americas, you don't notice it, probably because you're posted up against it. It's funny how the rolls make things like make sense with where I play shit, right? So, Lucian, you can now see a figure posted up against the house, but you also see another figure standing inside of the archway, and you recognize it as Jorvin Draymore, the tax assessor.
Okay, I was like, who is that?
Acarius and Delia step back onto the porch. The bishop takes the bag and puts it into his own and nods. The people start to crowd around behind the bishop as him and the rat folk leave the village. Leave the village. Acarius and Delia turn to head back into the house. You notice Jorvin Draymore is no longer there. He went inside. Are y'all two still shadowing the group?
Yeah,
Okay, so y'all sneak across.
where I am. I don't know what Kenneth's doing.
Oh, I'm definitely following him. I'm all in, bro. I decided to not go rummage for stuff to follow these guys, so there better be something come out of this.
Lucian, stealth check, please. Oh, I mean, you can either leave it alone or follow it, but there's definitely something gonna happen at some point. Okay, Marjorie, Baltan is now your prisoner. The guard takes off, and he's waiting at the gate. Baltan is your prisoner. Thalion's with you. Kuykendahl's with you. Y'all went over to the Ray's house.
Well, hold on. I mean, those are handicaps that he has. Is it like a standard issue? Do you have a key?
Oh yeah, it's a spring key. You got a key to it. It's a hinge cuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll unlock him.
In front of the guard.
No. Wait till we get
Or
inside.
head over to the house.
Yeah, well, I mean, you said he took off, so.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, no, he's standing back by the gate.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
all right. We're gonna walk away for a bit.
Okay, you guys are over at the house over here now.
Oh, okay.
And you unlock him, and Selena says, "Boy, what did you get yourself in trouble for, Baltan?" Oh wait, does she know you? Yeah, she does. She thanked you before. I remember.
Oh, he's got a brown blood. That's the problem.
Brown blood? What the bleeding hell are you, boy?
Can we talk inside?
Sure.
Texas got a new uniform.
Let's go inside. Let's go inside.
I was like, who?
Okay, you guys go inside. Yeah, is Bale going inside the house too?
No.
Okay, so just you guys.
Yeah.
Bale's gonna spend some time on the docks. Okay, for those of you still out in town, the bishop's procession goes along, and Americus and Lucian are still shadowing. You are both kind of aware of one another now. As they pass the commander looks and his eyes go large and his jaw drops as the man in the back of the rat pack passes him. He then snaps to anger and spits onto the man's coat. The rat man turns and hisses at the commander, and the bishop raises one hand. And the rat man grabs his head, his eyes, and turns back forward and continues following the rats. The commander kneels down and holds up a small bag to the bishop. Americus, you're close enough to get an insight check on that? Yeah, not the greatest insight check, but you know there's something funny about that bag.
Yep. Something funny going on.
Okay, you're stealthing back. I'm going to need a stealth check from both of you guys as soon as you get in this guy's radius. Or actually, it's your choice, right? You know he's there. You know the commander is there. Would you continue to try to stealthily move through this area?
Yes, and I just got busted.
Okay. America's got busted. Lucian?
No, I would just like kind of wait and let the part of the group move away and then walk through like I'm supposed to and then go back to shadowing.
Okay. The commander... yeah, you'll be able to hear him. He'll make it on purpose. He humps and he goes, Americus, you sneaky little bastard. I don't blame you, though. I don't trust them, not 1 minute. Especially with wrath in their party. I don't feel too comfortable with bishops either, but it's a sign of respect, you know. I must always give up something to sacrifice to them. You don't want to cross them. And then he starts to walk off. Americus, you heard that.
I'm gonna keep stealthing and go right on out. Like,
yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a problem with it, so.
Yeah, I'm like, cool. If he was gonna fuck with me, I was gonna pretend like I was just jamming the music in my head.
Okay.
That's awesome.
At this point, since you're stealthing, Lucian's gonna walk out like normal. Alright? You walk out like normal, and Lucian, you see the bishop and them leading around the corner out towards the temple area. America said, I'm going to need another stealth roll. Commander's kind of out of your... Well, actually, no. Guard's out of your reach as well. So you'll be able to stealth through this fine. Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good.
The inside burners for the
Lucian and Americus both... Excuse me. Lucian and Americus both, you overhear the conversation between the commander and the guard. So the guard is holding up the paper that they use to test for shapeshifters. And he says, Commander, when he put his blood on this, it turned brown. He's with Cleric Payne. Cleric Payne has him in his custody right now. What does Brown mean? His commander goes, I don't know. I've never seen Brown before. Here, give me that. I will get some messages off and find out what this means. I will get to the bottom of this. And he retreats off into the guard's tower. Both Americus and Lucian, y'all hear this. Okay, so Americus, as you're shadowing them in this area, which area are you going to go to? Left, right, center? Lucian, I'll need a decision as well.
I'm going
Left.
to go to the left by the water's edge.
By the water's edge. Okay, so you're going to go down. All right. As you
Yeah,
pass...
because that looks like it's kind of like a downslope, right?
Okay, as you pass the tax assessor's house, roll perception, please. Wow, this is coming together more perfect than I ever thought. Yeah, okay. You hear somebody rustling around and moving bottles inside of the tax assessor's house. Sounds like bottles, like glass rustling. To your left, you see Bale standing on the dock. And you know this as Thalion's elk friend.
Can I look through the window and see if I can see who's in there?
If you're going to take time to do that, you're going to get further away from the group.
I'm unable to control my impulses, so I'm going to look through the window.
Okay. You roll perception, please. Lucian, stealth roll, please.
Boom, yeah, baby!
Okay, you look through the window and you see... well, Americus, when you look through the window, you see Jorvin Draymore in the house.
Oh, I'm also going to, what do you call it? Bardic Inspiration. That 5.
Draymond. Who's in there again?
The tax assessor.
Okay. That's his house.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Though I would make a mental note and maybe mention it or something to somebody. Okay. All right, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, cool. All right, are you going to continue on now, Americus?
Yes, I'm now going to freak out and run to the road so that I can spot these guys and then start tracking them from wherever I can.
Okay, you run up and you can see them through the brush and the...
Okay, then I'm cool there.
Okay. All right, both of you are stealthing out. The bishop gets to the edge of the town, and he stops. Both you and Lucian can see this. He gets to the edge of the town. Wrath Modor turns around and looks at him, and he says, "We will go and make the new home, just as you suggested. I hope it is as wonderful as you say it is." The Rat King comes around and he goes quack quack quack, and he squeaks a bunch of stuff, right? And the other rat folk that are with him start squeaking as well. And he says, "My people, thank you, Bishop." Wrath Modar goes up to the bishop and he says, "I really do hope this will be the place that you told us that it will be." The bishop finally raises his head and looks into the eyes of Wrath Modor. He raises one hand and snaps his finger. When he snaps his finger, all of the rats scream loudly and grab their heads and start going crazy and start tearing each other apart. Wrath Modor is caught in the gaze of the bishop. He just stands there. Wrath Modor turns his bag around, reaches in, grabs a glowing crystal, and hands it to the bishop. The bishop puts it into his pouch and begins to walk off. Wrath Modor is standing there, completely dazed. All of the rat people are dead. And the bishop takes off into the wild. Wrath Modor.
All of them raps. You said the bishop takes off into the wild?
Yep. Wrath Modor is still standing there dazed.
I'm going to go get him.
Get who? Rathmodor?
Yeah. Sorry, I guess that was.
Okay, yeah. I thought you meant you're going to chase the bishop.
I'm gonna chase the bishop if he goes to Wrath.
No, the bishop took off into the wild.
Right. I want to try to. Can I try to follow him?
Yeah, you can, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah,
Okay.
since Lucia's going over to Wrath, I want to go try to track down the other loose end.
Okay, cool. You approach Rathmodor. He's standing there in a daze.
Kind of wave my hand in front of his face.
He does not snap out of it.
Alright, so no response to external stimuli.
Slowly, drool starts to come out of his mouth.
I have my finger quill blade. I just want to give him a little poke, just to see if I can elicit a pain response.
Yeah, his body twitches, but his face stays the same.
I see. Okay. I'm gonna look at him and say, "Can you follow me?" And then take a couple steps back and see if he does.
He does nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He's still standing, though. His body obviously works.
Right. I'm gonna grab him by the wrist and try and drag him.
He starts to walk as you lead him.
I'm gonna just lead him back toward town. I guess I'm gonna try and find Marjorie and see if she can figure out what's happened.
Okay. All right. Thalion, Baltan, Kuykendahl, Marjorie. You're in the house with Selena Ray.
Alright.
Lucian, roll me a perception for when you're moving back towards town. Selena says, "Well, I didn't intend on having company, but would you all like something to eat? Please sit."
Thank you.
With an 18 perception, Lucian, to your right, you would notice Bale standing on a dock. An elk standing on a dock in front of the dockmaster's house.
Cock my head sideways and then go and approach the door.
Okay. As you approach the door, roll another perception, please. Okay, you wouldn't notice it. All right. You knock on the door?
Yeah.
Okay. As she's being nice to you guys and showing you around the table, Selena is, she asks if any of you would like something to eat.
Yes.
Okay. She goes over and starts rustling up some fish stew. When you hear a knock at the door, Kuykendahl, would you mind getting that for me?
Yeah, of course.
You
Go
open
to
the
the
door,
door.
and it's
Yep.
Lucian standing with Rathmodor.
God damn it. Whatever. Sorry, Celine.
Sorry.
We got some
what?
more friends. Just come inside.
Well, that was the plan.
Close the door.
Okay.
Lock it. Well, actually, let's not lock it. Just in case hubby comes home.
Yeah.
Be kind of weird.
Okay, you're all sitting around the table in this small house. She starts serving up fish stew in a bowl to each of you. You are all together, conversate, share information, talk, while I set up Americus's crazy journey to chase the bishop.
Alright. So, first update, Marjorie.
Uh-huh.
Okay, first update. Yes, there were shapeshifters. Baltan can confirm. I was attacked by slimes that were shapeshifting. So that is 100% correct. I think there was 2 of them? 3 of them? Either way, there was one, guaranteed. Knocked me on my head. Twice, might I add. So shapeshifters are real.
Aliens are real.
So I could see why, you have the setup. But here's the second part. I think it was in Tobias, whatever, the barkeep.
Thelbus.
Thelbus, thank you. Thelbus was kidnapped. He was taken down to a dungeon. Um, it was underneath his bar, right?
Yes.
So
It was using his drainage shaft to lead into the catacombs of Tropica.
yes, and so I am now 100%. This is why I'm so edgy, Marjorie. You know, I wasn't trying to be mean, but I am seriously concerned for Merrik. And if we pick up anyone else, I am a-okay with that. But this is what we are looking at. And secondly, that catacombs is trapped.
Like
Damn
a
near knocked
motherfucker.
me out. I
Okay.
don't mean in a pretty way.
Oh, yeah, shit. Fuck. Americus isn't there. Go
All
ahead.
right, that's a lot of information to process.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to you, and to third, that bishop dude, whoever or whatever he is, I do not like him. You're cool.
When he
Right.
hurt you, you had glimpses of memories come back from your childhood and then disappear.
Right. So something is not right with him. I don't know whether he's friend or foe. All I know is I'm keeping a healthy distance away from him, and I'm not buying to that. Oh, give me all your money.
Oh, give me all your money. What if somebody tried to rob you that way? They just ran up to you and went, "Oh, give me all your money."
Right?
He
So
would
I'm
still
not.
he would still not buy it.
So there's a lot going on. Philbis is not. If you can you help heal him? Because I did a haphazard job on bandaging him.
Lucian, you'd know that Thobus is there, but busted up.
Yeah.
Well, where is he?
Probably at the bar.
He's back in the tavern.
No.
There you go.
That can wait. He'll live. News on the bishop.
All right, go for it, Lucian.
Wrath Modar is standing behind you, just in a daze. He's not sat down. He's just sitting there like he is just nothing.
Yeah. So, followed him out side of town, and he incented the rat people to kill each other.
So this was the bishop's doing?
Yes, it looked like he just snapped his fingers, waved his hand, and they fell into a murderous frenzy, tore each other apart like animals.
Ah,
And then this one here, who is like a familiar or something. I'm not sure how it works. He seems to be the mouthpiece for the rats. He's been like this, catatonic. He had pulled out some glowing crystal of some kind, handed it to the bishop, and the bishop up and just walked off into the wilds. And then this one's standing here like this.
Roll insight, Lucian. Okay, with that, that's good enough. You can assume, and in your mind, the thought crosses you that you assume that because Americus is not here, he's trailing the bishop.
I had already assumed that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know. I thought that was already, we established that.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
I mean, at least
Sorry,
it
my
was
bad.
like that.
DM interruptions.
I mean, because he quit sneaking when he got caught, right? At
Yeah.
the gate.
No. He started sneaking. He started sneaking again after the commander spoke to him.
Yes.
Yeah, but we would have walked out at the same time, and then we both went stealth again,
Yeah, correct.
and then off to the right, and then
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I guess. And so this one just in this catatonic state, he won't answer questions. There's no response to external stimuli except there's a pain response in the body, but that's there's not a whole lot there. And Americus is taken off after the bishop.
Alright, shoot. Lucian, I am pretty dead set on going to. I'll show him the spear or pike that I made. This is my pokey stick. So if I see anything,
Roll
I'm just gonna
survival, Kuykendahl, please.
poke. 17.
Okay, it's actually a pretty good spear.
Alright, because I don't know what's down there, and I don't feel like being minced meat. I just crafted this spear right now, just in case. We get dodgy, iffy, ditch the spear. It's disposable.
What, you got a hot gun? Like a taped up handle gun? No fingerprints?
Yeah, just drop it. Use and abuse, baby. I don't care. Light it on fire. Break it in half. I don't care.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you giving me this stick?
No, I'm just letting you know. This is why I'm carrying it. In case, that catacombs is tracked to high hell. It almost wiped me. So no, I'm not happy going in there.
The door bursts open. Tobin runs in. Mama, there's an elk out here. It's just standing on the dock. The weirdest thing I ever seen. What are all you doing in my house?
Hey, dude. We just came to talk for a moment. And, that was it, dude. Your mom's making us some food. We just came to talk and get an idea on, what's going on with the town.
Hey, you guys. Are y'all helping this dummy get his life together? And maybe get a better job? He really needs some help. Is that what you are all doing here?
Lucian? Oh, wait. Tobin.
Yeah.
Come say hi to Thalion. I'll point to Thalion.
Okay.
Then I'll point to Lucian. That's Lucian.
I curtsy.
What?
Sorry, I curtsy or like.
Oh, okay. Okay,
All little
gotcha.
bow.
Uh-huh. And this is Baltan. And then I'll point to Marjorie.
Okay.
And this is Marjorie.
Both
Shake
of
their
you-
hands.
He shakes your hand and introduces himself. Their articles are now unlocked for you guys in the World Animal. Harlan comes in the door. Ooh, we have a full party today. What the hell are all of y'all doing in my home?
Sorry, Harlan. I have the bishop gives me the biggest spooks, so I did not want to be around him.
I don't blame you, son. Bishops, they're a strange lot. There's a lot of myths and legends surrounding them.
Yeah, so
I'm pretty
sorry,
sure
man.
Marjorie can tell you all about that. For sure. She probably knows better than any of us. All I know are the stories.
So yeah, Harlan. I wasn't trying to be difficult or impose. It was just don't trust him. Wanted to get away.
All of the Ray's information is available for everybody.
Yeah, it is getting quite crowded in here. Maybe we can take this conversation, I don't know, out by the shore. Maybe not involve these good people in whatever it is we may or may not be talking about,
It's completely fine, young lad. Our home is a welcoming place. We're just simple dock people. We wouldn't even understand the affairs of people such as yourself. And he goes over and hugs his wife.
Well,
There's a big elk outside if y'all want to see it.
well, assuming that you are telling the truth and that you're, you are trustworthy.
I never lie. There is an elk outside. I'll prove it to you.
I'll just get up and walk with Tobin and say, yeah, this is a good idea. Wait, did we get fed? Did we eat?
Yeah, I ate.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, it's a good time to go outside. And
So Kuykendahl starts walking outside following Tobin. He
Oh.
says, "See, there is an elk right there."
yes. And his name is Bale.
I think we should kill it for its meat. It looks healthy.
Absolutely not.
It looks healthy, though.
No. I'll put my hand on his shoulder and pull him back. No.
Okay, are y'all staying inside? Going outside?
Well, I'm trying to urge the group outside.
Okay. Are you going outside, Lucian?
That's who just talked.
Yeah, that's what I said. Are you going outside,
Yes.
though?
Yes.
Okay. Are you dragging your puppet with you?
Yep.
Just leave that motherfucker standing in their house.
I know. Like no one said a word. Like okay, this is getting awkward.
Yeah, good time to get out.
Okay, is everybody else going to follow? Marjorie, Baltan, Thalion?
Sure, why not?
Sure. Marjorie
Oh, yeah.
follows them. Thalion follows them. Baltan?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. And Tobin turns around once y'all get all outside. He looks at you and says, "See, I told you there's an elk." And he runs over to the elk. And he starts
Tobin!
He starts mimicking an arrow and going, "Poof, poof, poof, poof. I got you.
All right. I'll go over to Tobin and tell him, yeah, come on, buddy. You got to go inside. It's not long for dinner for you two.
But I want to play with the elk."
No, dude. You got to go inside and don't make your mom mad.
Why am I supposed to listen to you? Your life's a mess. I shouldn't take advice from you.
Yeah, well, my mess is not meant to be your mess. Inside with you.
That's kind of true. I wouldn't hang around you. You'd probably ruin my life too. And then he runs inside.
Excellent.
That kid's gonna fucking with you, man.
I know, but gotta roll with the punches, man.
Okay, so you're all hanging out on the docks.
All right. So, Marjorie, you are officially caught up.
Yeah, so as I was saying, we don't know what this bishop is all about.
We don't
I would
know
hate to involve these nice people in
exactly.
what may very well end up being a plot against the crown. I don't know. We don't know. We're unsure. So maybe we keep this betwixt ourselves for the time being. Try not to, I don't know, tell little children our entire backstories.
Lucian, that is why I shoot him inside so that we don't get anyone else involved. You know, we have enough on our plate.
Bale
There's
comes up
plenty
and
of
nudges you out of the way to get close to Thalion.
whatever.
Well,
Marjorie, any ideas?
Meanwhile, in other parts of Tropica, the bishop approaches the edge of town. Americus, you are hiding along the Belmar's grain farm, sneaking up behind watching. The paladins come out from the field where they've been chopping ironroot. There are piles of ironroot sitting to your right out in the fields. The bishop approaches. The paladin captain stands in the middle. All of the paladins are on their hands and feet, like putting their head to the ground, their foreheads to the ground. The paladin captain approaches, not meeting his vision once, and kneels. The bishop begins to speak. You have done well in the service of the thrones. And as he speaks, his voice echoes through all of the other paladins, as if they are speaking in unison. He places his hand upon the paladin captain's head, and the paladin captain kneels even further, removes it, and he stands up. The paladin captain speaks on his own accord. Hail, Bishop. Hail your light. Know that we are here of service if you need us. The bishop turns and walks through them to the other side. The paladins start returning to the fields. Are you going to keep following?
I am following this guy.
Okay. Stealth roll.
I'm following him until he falls asleep.
Are you so sure this being even sleeps?
Exactly.
Stealth roll, please. There you go. Yeah, you got it. All right, and I'm assuming you're going to maintain how much of a distance? Let me not assume.
I'm going to maintain what I would consider a distance that would reduce chances of auditory response. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to. I want to be close enough where I can hear him. Yeah, I need to be close enough where I can hear him. So 60 feet.
Okay. You follow him until he's completely out of sight of everyone. No one in the town can see him around the corner of the forest. And he speaks. Zin Dan Keel. Luthon Keel. And when he does, he turns into turquoise flame and translucent, surrounds him, and he disappears. Z Don Keen.
Is there anybody else out there?
No.
At all?
No one.
I want to run to where he was, where he disappeared from.
Yep.
And I want to investigate if there's any type of remnants of anything left behind, whatever.
Okay. Investigate, please. Nice. Okay. You notice that the ground where he disappeared from is a circular pattern, and it has sigils carved in. It looks like sigils have been pushed into the dirt, and the ground seems to be singed but sparkling.
I want to copy that somehow.
You've got stuff to write with in your kit.
Okay, so I want to pull out my little kit, and I'm going to sit there however long it takes, and I'm going to try to copy this as accurately as possible. So what would I roll for that?
Hold on.
Cartography.
What'd you say?
Cartography.
We'll make it an intel check.
Yeah, I'm intelligent.
Very nice. Okay, so you're able to copy the glyphs down perfectly, and you're able to write the words down perfectly.
Zidon Kelun Luthon Kill. Cool.
Okay, so what are you going to do now? You going to leave it there?
So I don't know. I haven't interacted with anybody since I woke up, so I don't know anything. Okay.
Yeah. Are you going to leave all that stuff there in the dirt? Or are you going to, like, swish it around or what?
I'm going to leave it exactly like it is because I want to leave evidence.
Okay.
Okay, then I'm going to go back.
Okay, you start heading back to town.
Yeah.
All right, guys, back to y'all's conversation.
I still want to go to the catacombs and try and save Merrik. Like, I am dead set on this.
All right. And I hate to be that guy, but how do you even know Merrik is in the catacombs?
If we found Tomlin, Delbin, whatever.
Delbus?
Delbis, thank you.
That's right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Then the chances of Merrik there are actually pretty good.
Okay. Question number 2.
Yes.
Since last night and this morning, what new ability have you gained that allows you to transform into an animal or yourself the size of a small house cat?
Huh?
How do you want to get into the catacombs, Kuykendahl? Isn't there a cat-sized door that only a cat can fit through?
Yeah.
So then,
Okay.
what do you want to do other than go down in the hole we've already explored?
Okay, just as equal. Do you know a way in, Lucian?
I do not, or I would have volunteered already.
Okay. In this moment, Rath Modar collapses to the ground.
Shit! Ah,
Damn it.
Yes, I forgot. Marjorie, can you try to identify what's affecting him? I'm not good at this. Also, does anyone happen to have a pearl? Just a small pearl. Maybe you got one while you were fishing. You know, oysters, clams, Kuykendahl. You know, that sort of thing.
Do you want me to look for one?
Yeah. I mean, it would be helpful.
You're right there on the shore. You can go clamming.
All right, I'm gonna go do that. I'm on it now. dude.
Kuykendahl,
Yes.
I would like to
What's
add
that?
something.
Of course.
When I was down there, I helped you when you got injured, and I talked to the cats because you know us hunters can talk to cats and animals.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he told me that he really liked that fish, and he said he might be able to help more if you get more fish.
Sure. Absolutely. And
Okay.
just when you talk to him, would you at least tell him to give me a purr? That was painful.
Americus isn't with us, right?
Not yet.
No, he's not.
Okay, and then I'm gonna also point out, I'm gonna say I did hear Americus and his aunts talk about going back.
Oh, great. So
So there's a good chance that there's another way into this catacombs that we don't know about.
does that mean? All right. I'll let.
Or it's because they're just so small they can fit in the hole.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That and they're both trap geniuses. So.
Okay. I'll let Lucian go ahead and kind of roll, but I want to go get the fish, get this pearl.
Okay.
Y'all go ahead and decide.
Well,
But y'all know what my main goal is. So
I do think that we should rescue Merrik as quickly as possible. I do believe that you are on the right path here. We need more of a plan than just running down into the catacombs without a plan again. So this is sounding promising. If you can find a pearl for me, I will try and catch some fish for the cat. Maybe we can talk the cat into telling us about the secret door or something. I don't know.
Lucian, talk to Baltan about it. The longer I dawdle, the worse.
Yes.
Whatever your friend
I
is.
understand. Continue your pearl search, friend.
Okay.
All right, later.
I'm gonna need a series of survival rolls, but I'll tell you when.
I'm just going to go to the end of the dock and try and catch fish.
Okay. Baltan, Thalion, Bale, and Marjorie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you are standing there. That guy just collapsed. He said, check him out because he doesn't know how to help him.
Are you gonna heal him?
Alrighty.
First
I'm gonna heal him.
First roll perception before you do any of that.
Alright.
Okay. Now roll medicine. Okay. With that minimal check, this person seems to be dead, but their body still seems to be alive. It doesn't even really look like anything's wrong with their body.
Well, I'm gonna heal him anyway. See what happens.
Okay. Okay. You heal him. And his body just looks a little bit better. But he starts to breathe. And his body is alive. He's still just laying there drooling all over himself.
Alright, I'm gonna slap him.
You slap him. And with that, there's no reaction to it whatsoever this time. Not even a muscle reaction.
Then I'm gonna pronounce him dead and record it in my
roll
notebook.
medicine again. I was gonna say roll medicine again, and you'll know he's dead, but you already got it. So, yeah, he's basically dead. His body now stops breathing again. Yeah, he's basically dead. His body stops breathing again, and now he's dead.
And I say, with a little bit of emotion, not again, and then just write it down in my notebook.
Okay. Not again! Why, God? Why? Baltan, Thalion?
I was gonna say, can I roll medicine to see if there's something I can tell?
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh.
You would know this person to be brain dead.
Fuck.
Okay, brain dead.
It's fuck.
can I roll insight to see if it's something maybe I would think about in the past or something I've read about?
Yeah, Marjorie, why don't you do the same? Baltan, with your roll, you would say this is what happens when people cross bishops. That's what your thoughts are. Marjorie, you would know this as what bishops actually do. Becoming a bishop, you must have all your memories removed. And that's how you become a bishop. That's why bishops don't have names. Bishops are just called bishops. The only reason this one is called Bishop Asmodeus is because that's the name that Callum gave to him.
Well, that's peculiar.
And if you want to share your knowledge of bishops with the group, you can.
And I share it with the group.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to talk louder. I'm over here on the end of the pier fishing.
Okay. The group knowledge of bishops have been shared with the group. Not the knowledge about Bishop Asmodeus, but about bishops in general. Okay, Americus comes trotting up as Marjorie is explaining bishops. And he hears the conversation about bishops and the explanation of bishops. Kuykendahl, Lucian, it's a pretty calm day with the winds, so the waves are not going pretty crazy anymore. So you're able to overhear this while you relax on the docks. Kuykendahl, Lucian, both roll survival, please. Okay, Lucian, you managed to actually make 2 impressive catches.
Oh, good, baby. 12.
Okay. You managed to gather 1 cluster of oysters.
Okay, surface, get some air. Round 2.
You don't need to. You're digging in the muck.
Okay.
Because it's a rocky coast. They're all on the rocks and stuff. So you're digging around right there on those rocks to find the oysters.
He still would like to submerge.
If he wants to submerge, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Lucian, there's 2 fish in your bag.
I'm gonna keep going.
Okay. Okay. You managed to catch another one?
All right, that's probably it. I'm gonna pack it up for the day. I don't think a cat needs more than 3 fish.
Okay. Okay. Americus, you're back, and you're with the group.
Cool. You said I heard them talking about bishop shit.
Yep. And you got the information in bishops in the world anvil, so that's unlocked for you now as well. Yeah. So they know nothing else about what you saw or anything that's going on. They've all just been sharing information at this moment. Lucian comes back up because he's done fishing. Kuykendahl, another survival roll while everybody continues to talk and do their thing.
Of course. Roll good, baby, please.
So you guys go ahead and talk, do what you want to do.
8.
So he give you the slip, Americus? Didn't they expect you back?
Said yes. He disappeared into a green flame, it seems. Some green mist.
This
Magic.
Yeah, this wildly upsets Marjorie, and Lucian's already reacting to it. It's magic.
So where do I have this thing drawn? Like on a piece of paper or some shit?
Yes, you do. Yes.
So I say I took an etching. I took a drawing. I made a drawing of this marking left behind, and I pull it out and wham! Like, does this look familiar to anyone?
Is everybody going to look at it?
Mean anything?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll insight on it.
You're going to roll insight. Marjorie, you roll religion, please.
All right.
Baltan, you would look at it and go, magic symbols. Marjorie, the language used in what he said and the symbols that are there seem to be familiar to you. They look like some of the language that was used on your book of papers.
Draconic?
Yes.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. I read Draconic.
I'm gonna share it with the group.
So you would recognize those symbols that were etched and the words that he used. Those are draconic words. And
Well, luckily
you remember from religion, the old gods of this world were all dragons. It's considered to be religious text if it's draconic. But what he did not sound like religious magic. He's invoking words of draconic to be used as magic.
I speak Draconic.
Yep.
Would I know what he said?
Yep.
Can I translate it for them? Or
Yes.
you send it to me and then I'll decide what I'm going to tell them.
Okay.
I actually haven't told you guys that I speak Draconic. You only know I speak sign language and regular language. Common and common sign language. My other studies haven't come up.
Oh, it is good to be woefully ignorant.
That's what he said, or that's what's written?
That's what he said.
Okay. Can I read what's written?
Hold on 1 second. There you go.
Okay. Okay. Well, everyone, from what I can ascertain here, this etching that you made, or the symbols that were you said were scorched into the ground, Americus? Scorched, as in fire. It's just a series of numbers, maybe longitude, latitude. I don't know, but it appears to be some sort of direction or coordinates or something of that nature. It is a series of numbers paired together in obviously meaningful groups, but I can't ascertain as to why. And the phrase he spoke sounded or translates roughly. Granted, there's no exact translation. Dragons don't really have the mouth to speak like regular humanoids. But it essentially means by the name of the old Luson hill. If that means anything to anyone.
Not to I.
I roll insight on it.
Sure. Baltan, you have heard this name before. Only spoken briefly once. You heard it when you entered the chambers of Saval, and the elders immediately stopped talking and started addressing you in your normal conversation right before you were sent out into the world.
I'll just keep that to myself.
Okay.
So, none of us has any idea what any of this means. That was you're telling me you saw the bishop use magic, and this apparently draconic magic, or at least magic powered by draconic symbols. Maybe some form of elder magic, or something that we've lost over the years. Maybe the stories about the old gods aren't just stories after all.
Well, I mean, I already shared the knowledge that I have, right?
You haven't discussed the Codex. On what you found out from the hidden pages?
Well, do they care about thrones?
Well, they were just talking about the old gods. And from you, there's a myth, remember? You remember the myth that the thrones used to be sat on by the old gods. They used to be occupied.
All right, I'm going to share that.
Okay. Are you going to show them the Forgotten Leaves?
Sure, why not?
Okay, sharing with the group now. Okay.
Make sure we mention it. They were 20 gold.
Okay. He tells you about his Forgotten Leaves of the Codex that he bought from Quafilia, right? The shifty one in town, which you all know, and it is now available. So he tells you all about that, and he shows you this riddle of a page, and he tells you that on this page there was draconic writing that was written. And when he spoke it, it came into being and translated into English. And when it did, it revealed the rest of the page on page 1's unlock inside of Forgotten Leaves Codex. And he showed you that.
I'm reading it now.
Okay. That's what I get for naming people odd things. It's like it's like really hard to do a search because I can't remember how I spelt it. You know?
Oh God, that's great.
My goofy shit that I do is like just as hard for me to navigate as you guys. Sometimes worse.
Oh God, it's always worse.
This is puzzling to say the least.
Well, we still need to figure out what to do about this issue I'm having right now. You know, the blood. I don't know why my blood shows up like that.
True. Kuykendahl.
Your blood.
Okay.
All right.
You got 3 batches of oysters, buddy.
All right. Let's head back to the dock to where they are and start prying the clams open.
Okay.
Hopefully I can get one.
5 in each. So I'll need a survival roll for each. Well, sorry, strength roll for each. Yep.
Strength roll?
Yep.
How many times?
It's 5 in each cluster. You have 3 clusters. So 5 per cluster. Roll it 5 times. And then you'll open 5 oysters. While he's doing that, Baltan brings up the issue of his blood being brown.
That's not normal.
Yep. It showed up on the anti-shapeshifter sheets of paper when he went to register for the town, and it turned the paper brown. And Lucian, you remembered that the captain was going to go off and find out something about that when you came out of the city. You overheard that conversation. Okay, Kuykendahl, you can stop. Okay, roll 8 more. There you go. Stop.
Done.
You crack open one of them. You finally hit one that registered. You crack open an oyster and you pull out a single pearl. As they're talking about what to do about Baltan being a suspect in town now.
Okay.
I just want to say I'm definitely not a shapeshifter, guys.
Baltan, I'm cool with you.
Does anyone here choose to not believe that he's a shapeshifter?
No.
I don't believe that he's a shapeshifter. Or that he's not a shapeshifter.
Okay, wait. Let me rephrase that. Does anyone here choose to think that he's a shapeshifter?
Okay.
I think he's a shapeshifter.
Okay.
But I don't say anything to anyone.
Okay, that's fine.
All I ask is... Or actually, I'm just going to ask you. Baltan, were you the one that punched me in the back of my head?
No.
Well, I mean, obviously not. That you said that was a shapeshifter.
Yes, but that one punched me in the back of my head. Twice.
Are you asking if it was looking like Baltan when it hit you? I mean, obviously
It looked like Merrik when it hit you.
It looked like Merrik when it hit you, and you splatted that thing all over the room. Everybody is now becoming concerned for the well-being of Kuykendahl's brain.
Whatever.
Were there toxins over there on the shoreline?
Actually? Anyways.
There might be asbestos in that boat you're sleeping in.
Man, I got kicked off my boat.
Probably because of the asbestos.
Okie
You
doke.
know what they say about smokes?
So, are y'all discussing the Baltan thing or the catacombs thing or what? Because Americas wasn't here for when y'all discussed the catacombs on how to get into them.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
wait.
Well, I did manage to. I got 3 fish for the cat. Maybe we can talk it into, I don't know, telling us another way in.
Okay.
I do think that finding Merrik should be our top priority.
Americas.
But that's my vote, and we're a team. So
Yeah,
Amer-
I'm with the Lucian.
Americas, you remember that you know of another way to get into the catacombs.
Have I?
Yeah.
you told any of us about it.
Under Jorvin Draymore's bed.
Oh yeah.
And about this time, Jorvin Draymore walks out his front door and starts walking into town. Silvertongue, you would find that odd.
Because he was supposed to be in the estate already.
Correct.
So I tell everybody about the thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of not listen and like wander back toward the guard. Just stop right there. Yeah, can I see? And then I want to watch as he enters. Like, does he have to do the check?
Yep.
Did he pass the check?
Yep. He passes the check and goes into the village.
I'm gonna turn back. I'm gonna hurry back to the group, and I'm gonna say, I think there's still a shapeshifter inside town.
Marjorie, what's your
And
thoughts?
while you were away, Americus revealed that he knows another way into the catacombs.
Shit. Lucian,
Mm-hmm.
here's your pearl.
Oh, thank you very much, Kuykendahl.
You're welcome, dude.
Here are your fish for the cat.
He's not fucking with that cat anymore.
Oh,
It's- I know, dude, but
okay.
It hurt.
I'll hold them. I guess that's fine.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Eh.
If you need some help with that stick, not the new one, but the branch, finishing it into a weapon, I can do that. You know, I'm the one who started. I didn't get to finish in my one. There was the hogs I had to deal with. You know, things came up.
No worries, Lucian. No worries. We'll deal with that soon.
I'm not a bad whittler.
Never said you were. But I do actually need to go in and see you actually perform. I don't think I've actually really seen you perform.
You did one time.
Okay, well, sorry.
You were drunk. I'm not talking about it in the game.
Well,
Your character hasn't been drunk in game at all because you're too broke.
I'm not that broke, but not exactly
You haven't
broke
bought a
rich.
beer yet.
Thalion, Silvertongue, Americus, and Baltan. Everybody roll perception.
Everybody?
Yeah.
All right.
Y'all still got a dead body sitting at y'all's feet, by the way. Bale has come over there to sniff it. It started licking Rathmodar's face.
You said perception?
Yep.
18.
Oh, wow. Everybody failed except for Kuykendahl. Kuykendahl. Out of Draven,
Yes.
Joran Dravemore's house, this man emerges.
Who?
Oh, you're not watching the screen?
Okay. I'm just gonna whisper, hey, someone's coming out.
Clevis McAvoy comes out of Jorvin Dravemore's house and starts walking out of town.
Who the fuck is Cleve? Is that the
Yes, it's
Yes?
yeah, I'm gonna whisper. Yeah, you know who he is. No, I'm not following.
I mean, you should. Someone should.
Oh,
This
no.
is
No,
strange,
no.
right?
No,
That's probably not him. It's a shapeshifter. It's got to be a shapeshifter. He'd be working in the fishmonger market right now. That man's a simpleton.
no. Bad memories. Bad memories.
So is anybody going to follow Clevis?
No, at least I'm not.
Apparently not.
Okay. All right. Tobin comes out, and he's watching all of you talking. While you're talking, he walks over to Rathmodar and takes his stick and starts poking him.
Tobin, that's rude.
But he's not moving.
He's
He's
just hungover.
resting. He's
Very hungover.
Oh.
yes.
You guys are talking about the catacombs under town?
No.
Oh. Okay. Well, my dad told me to stay out of there because I kept going in there. And he goes to walk back inside.
Let him go.
Wait.
Yeah? And he starts to pick his nose.
How?
Oh, the old caverns under the docks. It's one way to get in. It's pretty tough, though.
Can you show us the way? Just to the entrance.
He looks at you and he says, I'm not allowed to leave this dock right now, but it's over on dock number 1, which you know as the closest dock to you.
Okay. Thanks, kid.
And he goes back to poking the body with the stick.
God damn it. Alright. I gotta do it. I'm sorry, gang. I'm going to pick Wrath Magor up, and I'm going to tell Tobin, hey, go inside. I gotta take care of my drunk friend.
Oh, he's a loser like you too? Y'all stick
Yeah,
together.
I know. Later, dude.
Okay, you're now carrying what is essentially a dead body. Baltan's not allowed in town anymore. Americus just saw magic happen in front of his face and is curiously trying to figure out a way he can make money on it. Lucian is befuddled that there are multiple ways into the underground, and Marjorie is perplexed by her religious inclinations, while Thalion is just sitting around just waiting to use his new bow. Alright, well, you got a way into the catacombs. There's multiple ways in, actually. One's more difficult than the other, and you have the skills within the party to be able to achieve that, whichever way that y'all choose. So don't say I didn't give you options. And we will end with this. Clevis McAvoy is coming back, and he goes to enter Jorvin Draymore's house. Any actions?
Yeah.
He's got his satchel slung over his shoulder.
I'm gonna go up to him and say, I still remember what you did, boy.
Are you carrying the dead body while you do this?
God damn it. Actually, yeah. Yeah.
Clevis looks at you and he says, Oh, Kuykendahl, I've been looking all over for you. And he wraps his arms around your waist while you're carrying the dead body. And he goes, and he puts his head against your chest and goes, and sniffs you.
You're a strange boy. Go off.
Can we please hang out tonight?
No.
I'll have you over in my place. I just got something real important I'd like to take care of. And he pats his satchel.
Yes, speaking of, what you got there?
I can't show you. It's official business.
Yes, but officially...
I'll take Clevis. I will take my friend Lucian. Can we talk together inside? Yes, I still got the...
Well, I gotta do a roll on him on this one. Hold on. Would he break the rules? He's a pretty honest fellow. Would he break the rules? Yes, he would. Okay. You and the dead body.
And Lucian.
And Lucian all step inside. And he puts his arm at your waist, Kuykendahl, and he leans up against you and he says, Is this where you confess your love for me just as much as I have for you? Lucian, you're inside with him. You just witnessed this awkward moment.
There is
I
a
turn and
lot...
look expectantly at Kuykendahl.
Yes, I will, Lucian. There is a lot to love It's a matter of how you view it.
Oh my God, he's seducing fucking Cleveland.
Or he's like, oh, look, there's a lot of you to love, and there's just not enough of me to go around. Trying to let him down easy.
Well, what you mean, Kuykendahl? Can we at least go on a date tonight? I'll show you a great world. I can take care of you. I'm a hard worker. Oh God, this is awkward.
I'll keep this. Everything is still fine. Clevis, tonight I am busy. We can discuss this. What do you say? Day after tomorrow. Is that good?
Saturday night? That's date night. Lucian, did you hear that? He agreed to go on a date with me.
I did hear that. And now that you two are, let's say, dating, that means that he's a significant other, and then no more,
All right, Lucian.
Oh,
Time
God.
to go.
Oh, God.
Time to go.
And
Time to go.
I'm gonna kick him in the shin. I'm gonna kick Kuykendahl right in the shin. I'm gonna say, shut the fuck up.
Okay, and
I'm gonna go back to Clevis and say, now that you're dating, you can tell him anything, official business or not, and it's not breaking the rules because, couples, and you can't testify against your spouse in court, etc., etc. He's part of you. You're a unit now, right? Together, 2 is 1.
oh God, and I rolled so low on that. Oh my God, I rolled so low. That is awful. He believes you.
I'm very persuasive.
I was just gonna roll it for grins, and if it was a higher roll, I was gonna make you roll persuasion, but you don't even need to. I rolled a 2. And he's just eating it up because he's so pleased that him and Kuykendahl are dating. And he goes, I guess, honey bunch, but I can't tell you, Lucian.
No, you're right. You're exactly right. I'll step outside. I'm just gonna open the door,
Lucian.
step out, and just leave the door open with my back to the door.
Can't believe you're doing this, Lucian. Clevis looks up and he said, did you hear? He's looking at Kuykendahl holding a dead body. Did you hear that? Hey, we're together now. It's so wonderful. Now, what were you wanting to know about? Oh, my official business. The magistrate tasks me sometimes to get things in and out of town. And I know all the secret ways in and out of town. I got this here writ. It's from the capital. And I'm bringing it to the magistrate. So you can be proud of me. I'm such an important part of this town. You're dating a man of means. God. And he leans in for a kiss.
I'll just give him the bro hug.
Side hug. Thanks, man.
Hold on.
Exactly.
Hold on.
Appreciate it, buddy.
I'm gauging reactions. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's disappointed. But he understands. Let's roll again. Yeah. He has some understanding.
You don't kiss on the first date.
And he looks at you and he goes, oh, that's right, my love. We got to take things slow. And then one day you're going to show me how you did that sheep trick. Woohoo! All right now.
We'll see. But later.
All righty. It's back to work for me.
There you go. That's a good Clevis. I'll talk to you later, Clevis.
And he actually walks through the house and into the bedroom and closes the door.
I'm out.
Okay. Lucian, you would have been able to hear all that if you were just standing around the corner. So there you go, guys. That was hella awkward.
Yeah, it kind of was.
I've always been one of those DMs that either we go super graphic or we fade to black in those kind of moments. But that one was kind of like important to the narrative, so like I had to do it. And sorry if anybody's uncomfortable, but I can promise you, you weren't as uncomfortable.
Exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah, you
To
weren't.
make Frank's character uncomfortable
Yeah,
and get the information we need.
Yep. And byproduct, you made the DM uncomfortable as well. Is that like just an added bonus or something?
Yeah, that was an unintentional benefit.
Damn, dude, Baltan rolls heavy. Like every time he rolls, his avatar rolls, he rolls heavy.
Dude.
Yeah, that's a fat roll right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that for Yumi?
Yep.
Damn. So Yumi's a powerhouse.
Okay.
All right.
Amount updated.
So, we're gonna pick up next week.
Yep.
We can just keep dragging this out for another fucking 2 hours. Because we keep uncovering like little pieces of information about a bunch of different plots.
Yeah, and it's getting there, guys. I mean, y'all got so many pieces to what is going on right now. Yeah.
And it feels like they're not tied together.
I'll leave you all with
maybe,
one thing.
but
I'll leave
I don't
you
have
all.
enough.
Yeah, I'll leave you all with one little nugget. Okay, you're on like the very cusp edge of finding out and being awarded a world quest. WQ-1.